My name is Emily. I'm 24 years old. I'm from North Carolina, and I truly believed I was the one. I met Daniel on a warm summer evening in Raleigh. It was one of those golden sunsets where the sky looks like it's been painted just for you. He smiled at me like I was the only person in the world. And from that moment, I felt something shift inside me. We started slowly. Coffee dates, long walks, late-night phone calls that lasted until 2 a.m. He told me I was different, that I was calm when his life felt chaotic, that I understood him in a way no one else did. And I believed him. When he held my hand, I felt safe. When he looked into my eyes, I saw a future. I imagined a small house, maybe near the coast, laughter in the kitchen, Sunday mornings with coffee and quiet music playing. I wasn't just falling in love. I was building a dream. But dreams can be fragile. Her name was Ava. At first, she was just a friend. Someone he'd known for years. Someone who didn't mean anything. I tried to trust him. I told myself not to be insecure. After all, love needs trust, right? But I started noticing things. The way his phone lit up, and he quickly turned it over. The way he smiled at messages he didn't explain. The way he became distant some nights. One evening, I asked him directly, "Is there something going on?" He sighed. That long, heavy sigh that says everything before words even come out. "She likes me," he admitted, "but it's complicated." Complicated. That word felt like a crack in my chest. I wanted to be strong. I wanted to say, if she likes you, then choose me. But love makes you softer than you expect. Instead, I asked, "And what do you feel?" He didn't answer right away. That silence hurt more than any confession. Over the next few weeks, I could feel him slipping away. He still held my hand, but it felt lighter. He still kissed me, but something was missing. His mind was somewhere else. With her. One night, he finally told me the truth. She's been in my life for a long time. I didn't realize my feelings were still there. Still there. So what was I? A chapter? A distraction? A lesson? I remember driving home alone that night. The streets of North Carolina looked different. Colder. Quieter. Like even the world knew something had ended. I cried. Not because I lost him, but because I lost the future I had imagined. The hardest part wasn't that another girl wanted him. The hardest part was that he wanted her too. For a while, I blamed myself. Was I not enough? Not beautiful enough? Not exciting enough? But slowly, I began to understand something important. If someone can't choose you completely, they were never truly yours. Love shouldn't feel like a competition. It shouldn't feel like you're waiting to be selected. I deserve someone who looks at me and never hesitates. Someone who doesn't say it's complicated. Someone who knows. It's been 6 months now. I still live in North Carolina. I still drink my morning coffee on the porch. But I'm different. Stronger. Wiser. And one day, when someone holds my hand again, I won't wonder if there's another girl in the shadows. Because I won't settle for being almost chosen. I will be the only choice. 6 months later, I thought I was healing. Not completely, but enough to breathe without feeling that sharp ache in my chest every morning. I had stopped checking his social media, stopped wondering if he was with her, stopped replaying our last conversation in my head. Or at least, I tried to. Autumn came to North Carolina quietly. The air turned cooler. The trees burned orange and gold. I started running in the mornings again, something I used to do before Daniel. That's when I met him. His name was Caleb. I literally bumped into him at a small coffee shop in Raleigh. I spilled half my latte on his jacket. I was mortified. "I am so sorry," I said, grabbing napkins. He laughed. Actually laughed. "Well," he said, "at least it smells good." He wasn't like Daniel. Daniel was intense. Deep eyes. Slow words. Caleb was warm. Open. Easy. We started talking. Just small things at first. Work. Weather. Music. He didn't flirt aggressively. He didn't try too hard. He just listened. And for the first time in months, I didn't feel like I was competing with a ghost. We started meeting on purpose after that. Saturday coffee. Sunday walks. Late evening drives with the windows down and music playing softly. But here's the truth no one talks about. When you've been hurt, you don't just fall in love again. You hesitate. Every time Caleb's phone buzzed, I felt a flicker of fear. Every time he said he was busy, my stomach tightened. Trauma doesn't disappear just because someone new is kind. One evening, as we sat by a quiet lake outside the city, Caleb noticed I was distant. "Emily," he said gently, "you don't have to brace yourself with me." Brace yourself. I didn't even realize I was doing that. "I'm scared," I admitted. "I thought I was enough once. I was wrong." He looked at me, steady and sure. "You were never wrong. The wrong person just didn't know what he had." And something inside me softened. But life isn't a perfect love story. A week later, I saw Daniel. I wasn't prepared. I was at the grocery store. Hair messy. No makeup. Just existing. He looked surprised. "Emily," he said quietly. And for a second, my heart reacted before my brain did. Old feelings are stubborn like that. We talked awkwardly between aisles of cereal and frozen food. He told me things didn't work out with Ava. He said he made a mistake. He said he missed me. Missed me. The words I once prayed to hear. "You were the stable one," he said. "The one who really loved me." I felt anger rise in my chest. Not loud anger. Clear anger. I was never supposed to be the backup plan, I told him. He reached for my hand. I stepped back. 6 months ago, I would have melted. Now, I saw him differently. Not as my future. Not as my almost. Just as a lesson. "I hope you find what you're looking for," I said. And I meant it. That night, I told Caleb everything. I expected jealousy, drama, questions. Instead, he just nodded. "Do you still want him?" he asked calmly. And for the first time, the answer came without hesitation. No. Because love shouldn't make you feel replaceable. It shouldn't make you compete. And it definitely shouldn't come back only when the other option fails. I don't know if Caleb is the one. But I know this. I'm no longer trying to prove I'm worthy of being chosen. I already am. And this time, whoever stands beside me will stand there because they want to, not because someone else walked away. Winter came quietly to North Carolina. The mornings were colder now. The air sharper. But for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel that emptiness inside me. Caleb and I weren't rushing anything. That was new for me. With Daniel, everything had felt urgent, intense. Like if I didn't hold on tightly, I would lose him. With Caleb, I didn't feel like I was holding on. I felt chosen. One evening in December, we were decorating his small apartment for Christmas. Soft yellow lights. Music playing low in the background. I was standing on a chair trying to fix a crooked ornament when he laughed and said, "You don't have to do everything yourself, you know." I froze. That sentence hit deeper then he probably meant it to. Because that's what I had been doing my whole life, trying to do everything perfectly so no one would leave. Later that night, wrapped in a blanket on his couch, I asked him something that had been sitting in my chest for weeks. "Why are you so sure about me?" He didn't hesitate. "Because I don't feel confused with you."
Confused.
That word again. But this time, it didn't hurt. "With you," he continued, "it's calm. It's clear. I don't look around wondering if there's someone better. I just feel lucky." No fireworks. No dramatic music. Just certainty. And that's when I understood something important. The right love doesn't make your heart race from fear. It makes it steady from peace. A few weeks later, something unexpected happened. I got a job offer. In Chicago. It was big. The kind of opportunity one had dreamed about before Daniel, before heartbreak, before all of it. 6 months ago, I would have turned it down without thinking. I would have chosen a relationship. But this time, I paused. When I told Caleb, he was quiet for a moment, and I braced myself. Then he smiled. "You should go." I blinked. "What?" "You worked hard for this. I'm not going to be the reason you shrink your world." That's when I knew. Daniel needed me to stay small so he could feel secure. Caleb wanted me to grow. We didn't make dramatic promises. We didn't swear forever under the stars. We made a plan. We would try long distance. We would visit. We would see where life naturally led us. No pressure. No fear. Just two people choosing each other and choosing themselves. The night before my flight, we stood outside under the cold winter sky. I used to think love meant never letting go. I told him. He squeezed my hand. Sometimes love means trusting that even if you let go a little, it won't disappear. At the airport, I didn't cry the way I cried when I lost Daniel. Because this wasn't loss. It was growth. I got on that plane not as the girl who wondered if she was enough, but as the woman who knew she was. And here's the truth. Maybe Caleb is my forever. Maybe he's another chapter. But this time, I am not afraid of the ending. Because I am no longer trying to be the one for someone else. I am the one for myself first. And that changes everything. Chicago was louder than North Carolina. Colder too. The buildings stretched high into the gray winter sky, and the wind off the lake felt like it could slice through anything, even doubt. My first week was overwhelming.
New job.
New apartment. New rhythm. I spent nights unpacking boxes and mornings learning names I kept forgetting. Caleb called every night, not because we promised to, but because we wanted to. At first, long distance felt romantic. Late night FaceTime calls. "I miss you" texts. Surprise flower deliveries. He flew out once in January, and we spent the weekend exploring the city like tourists. But real life slowly replaced the honeymoon phase. He got busier at work. I started staying late at the office. Some nights, we were too tired to talk. And the old fear whispered again. What if distance changes him? What if I'm not enough again? One evening, after a long day, I didn't call him. I waited. He didn't call either. My chest tightened. The next morning, I woke up to a text. "Sorry, I passed out early. Crazy day. Call you tonight?" 6 months ago, that message would have sent me spiraling. This time, I paused. Not every silence means abandonment. Not every gap means betrayal. Healing isn't about never feeling fear again. It's about not letting fear control the story. When we talked that night, I told him honestly, distance scares me sometimes. Instead of brushing it off, he said, It scares me too, but I'd rather be scared with you than comfortable without you." That sentence stayed with me. Spring came to Chicago slowly. Snow melted, the city softened, and something else shifted too. I was thriving at work, confident, independent. I had friends,
A routine.
a life that belonged to me. One weekend, Caleb came to visit again. We walked along the lake at sunset, wind in our faces. "I've been thinking," he said. My heart skipped. Old reflex. But he smiled. "My company has a branch here." I stopped walking. "In Chicago?" He nodded. "I applied for a transfer." "You didn't tell me." I didn't want to promise something that wasn't certain. And now, I got it. For a second, the world felt still. "You'd move here?" I asked quietly. "Not because I need you to survive," he said. "Not because I'm afraid to lose you, but because I want to build something real. And I think we're worth the same city." There it was again. Not pressure, not desperation.
Choice.
Months later, he stood in my apartment, now our apartment, surrounded by half-unpacked boxes, laughing as we argued about where the couch should go. No dramatic proposal. No cinematic music. Just two people choosing each other again. One night, as we lay in bed, I thought about Daniel. Not with pain. Not with anger. Just clarity. If he had chosen me back then, I might never have learned to choose myself. And maybe that was the real lesson. Love isn't about being the only option. It's about being the right one for someone who is also right for you. I'm 25 now. Still Emily. Still from North Carolina. But no longer the girl who wondered if she was enough. Because now I know, the right person doesn't make you compete. They make you feel secure. And the strongest love story isn't about finding the one. It's about becoming whole, and then finding someone who is whole too.